Do you really want to work yourself to the bone for 4 decades just to finally enjoy life at 65? The traditional retirement dream is feeling more like a trap, and Gen Z isn't falling for it. They're looking around at the world, seeing burnout, debt, and rising costs, and they're saying, no thanks. They're not lazy. They're strategic. They want freedom now, not when their knees start cracking. We were told to work hard, play later. But later keeps getting more expensive. The average cost of living is eating up over half of Gen Z's income. According to Investopedia, nearly a third of them are already living paycheck to paycheck. Still, 20% are still managing to save for retirement early. That's not bad for a generation who grew up through recessions, student debt, and watching housing slip out of reach. The script just doesn't add up anymore, so they're writing a new one. What is financial freedom? The old idea of retirement was built for a world that doesn't exist anymore. Back when you could work a stable job, buy a house in your 20s, and retire with a pension, sure, retiring at 65 sounded fair. But today, the average person is expected to switch jobs at least a dozen times, maybe more. There's no guarantee of a pension. And even if you do everything right, you're still told to wait until the back half of your life to finally breathe. That's why the new goal isn't retirement, it's freedom. And financial freedom doesn't mean quitting work forever. It means your money covers your life without needing a daily job. You're not shackled to your laptop. You're not scheduling bathroom breaks. You're in charge. It's the shift from retire later to freedom earlier. And it makes a lot of sense. It's not about sipping overpriced smoothies on a beach while doing nothing forever. It's about choosing how you spend your days, your energy, your attention. It's being able to say no to a job that drains you and yes to projects that excite you, even if they pay less. So, how do you afford that? That's where passive income comes in. Passive income is the new pension. This isn't some fake guru nonsense. Passive income just means your money keeps moving even when you're not. It could be dividends from stocks, rent from a property, royalties from digital products, or side hustle money that trickles in while you sleep. And yes, some of it takes work up front, but once it's running, it buys you something more valuable than money. It buys you time. In the past, people had pensions. They worked one job, stuck it out for decades, then got monthly checks. That world is gone. The pension has been replaced by passive income streams, and you don't need to wait until you're old to start collecting. And real people are already doing this. Some are taking workcations where they do freelance gigs from cheaper countries like Portugal, Mexico, or Thailand. They work a few hours a day, then live life on their terms. Others are creating digital products once and selling them over and over. Some rent out a room and use that income to reduce how many hours they need to work. It's not fantasy, it's flexibility. Mindset Shift Kiplinger recently pointed out the rise in micro-retirements. These are short, intentional breaks where people pause work for a few months, travel, learn a new skill, or just rest. You don't need $1 million to take a break like that. You just need a system that brings in some income and lowers your living costs. More and more Gen Zers are designing lives where work fits around their goals, not the other way around. Even a quick scroll through job boards tells the story. Companies are now offering 4-day work weeks, fully remote roles, or part-time consulting gigs. Why? Because workers want time, not just titles. A recent soft-saving trend showed that over 70% of Gen Z said they'd take better quality of life over more money. For previous generations, the dream was the corner office. For this generation, it's getting home in time to cook dinner or finally starting that art side hustle. Is it realistic for you? This isn't just a mindset for the rich. This is about using the money you already earn in smarter ways. First, start by tracking where your money goes. If you don't know where it leaks, you can't plug the holes. You might be spending more on subscriptions or impulse buys than you realize. Once you have that awareness, you can redirect even a small percentage into savings or investments. The next step is building income-generating assets. That could mean investing in dividend stocks, renting out a spare room, starting a digital shop, or even creating a newsletter. You don't have to quit your job today. You just need to start stacking options. Over time, those options create freedom. If you want to start investing, check out the link in the description. Interactive Brokers is offering up to $1,000 in free IBKR stock when you sign up through my link. It's a solid platform, whether you're just starting or already investing and want to level up. And if you're seriously thinking about building income-generating assets, check out the other videos on my channel for more ideas and detailed information. The most dangerous idea out there is that success looks the same for everyone. It doesn't. Some people want to climb the ladder. Others want to build a tiny home and live by a lake. Some want 6 figures. Others just want 6 hours of peace. There's no right answer. More people are choosing time over money. They're not rejecting work. They're rejecting the idea that their job is their identity. They'd rather earn enough to live well and have the time to actually enjoy it. They're investing in wellness, not just wealth. They're protecting their mornings, their mental health, their creative energy. There's a reason Gen Z is asking different questions. They grew up seeing their parents burn out. They watched layoffs hit hard. They were online when the pandemic made remote work mainstream. They realized you can work from a beach just as easily as from a cubicle. And they've also seen that nothing is guaranteed. Not job security, not retirement funds, not even health. So they're not wasting time. They're not anti-work. They just want work that fits into a life that feels meaningful. They want the option to walk away. And the only way to do that is by creating income streams that don't require you to clock in every day. That takes focus, effort, and a mindset shift. But it's possible. Freedom isn't a finish line. You don't wake up one day with a parade and a medal. It's something you build slowly. You get a little more time back each year, a little more income that works without you, a little more clarity about what matters. Retirement isn't dead, but the idea that it has to happen at 65 is. Are you interested in a more traditional path to retirement, or would you rather retire early? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe while you're there.